welcome to my channel. Have you ever walked into a MAC store to replace your favorite pan of eyeshadow only to hear the dreaded words, "I'm sorry, but that's been discontinued"? Yeah, that is definitely not music to our ears. The good news is that MAC is always coming out with new shades and new formulations, so there's a pretty good chance that your discontinued shadow may have one in stock that is very similar. Sometimes not, but today I wanted to go through 15 of the most iconic shadows from the 90s and early 2000s and suggest, in my opinion, what might be a pretty good equivalent to those shadows that we miss so much. If you have any recommendations for shadow matches that I haven't mentioned here, please leave it in the comments below because I'm sure we'd all love any recommendation we can get. Let's start with a shadow that was close to many people's hearts, Patina. Now, this was a brownie taupey, gorgeous shade with some gold flecks in it. Perfect for one and dones. Maybe not hooded eye one and dones, but for a lot of people, it was a beloved shadow that went into nowhere land. So I'm going to give you that one first. For a dupe, the closest one I could come up with is Satin Taupe. It's certainly not the same as Patina. Satin Taupe is cooler. It has more of a silver shimmer to it. But I've heard a lot of people saying that even though the shade is slightly off, the effect is very similar. So for Patina, I suggest Satin Taupe. Next, almost the opposite of Patina, was Kid. Kid, it was definitely one of my favorite MAC eyeshadows out there. In the pan, it didn't look exciting like Patina, but it was the most brilliant transition shade, one and done shade. It worked with any eyeshadow combination I used. This was an absolute daily go-to, had replaced it many times. So hearing that one was discontinued was a bit of a shock to the system. I haven't actually found something that's exactly like Kid. The closest go-to that I use now is Wedge. Wedge is definitely browner, more on the brown. Kid had more of a sort of a pinky in it. But I can get the same effect with Wedge. If anyone else can come up with something a little more similar to Kid but has the same sort of formulation, that's why I'm choosing Wedge. It feels the same on my lids. It also goes well with a lot of eyeshadow combinations that I use. Both of those went brilliantly with Naked Lunch, which I like to use on the inner corner of my lid. They both blended well. Next up is this gorgeous shade we all miss, Quarry. I still have one in my pan. It's just a gorgeous, cool, mauvey brown shade. Not overwhelming. Works great in the crease. Again, I had difficulties coming up with a current MAC replacement, and the closest I could come was Haux. Now, Haux definitely is not the same as Quarry. It is warmer. It is a little bit more rosy. It has a slightly satin finish to it. But I do have both of those shadows. And although Haux is not the same as Quarry to me, if you are looking for a replacement at MAC now, that would be the closest one I would recommend. Then there's Bamboo. Bamboo was a dependable, base, matte, warm shadow that could be easily used as a one and done. It could be used as a transition shade. It could be used as a base. There are shadows at MAC that I could say do the same thing. One of them would be Omega. But in recommending a replacement for Bamboo, I would choose Tete-A-Tint. Mainly because I think it has the same sort of effect as Bamboo. I mean, Tete-A-Tint has more peach in it, but it brightens your eye. It's a perfect base color. It has a lot of the same qualities that I think Bamboo had, so that would be my recommended replacement for Bamboo. Another understated shadow that was a staple for many of us was Arena. Now, Arena, unlike Bamboo, had a satin finish, but it was subtle. It just blended so well, effortlessly on the lid. A lot of people would like to use that often under their brow bone to sort of highlight their brow bone. The replacement that I came up with that is sold at MAC now would be Grain. Grain is a bit peachier than Arena, but it still has that subtle satin finish. I think you can use it in the same ways that we combined Arena with the rest of our shadow look. So my replacement for Arena, Grain. For some of those eyeshadows that are discontinued, it is very difficult to find one that fits that bill, and one of those would be Soba. Soba was an earthy brown, slightly mustard colored shadow that just made all eye colors pop. It's sad to see that one go, and very difficult to find a replacement. The closest replacement I can come up with is actually combining two shadows. Cork, which also has the same sort of earthy mustard tone to it, but it doesn't have that golden look to it that Soba had. But I could recommend perhaps combining Cork with All That Glitters. And combining those, layering those, I think might give you a look comparable to the previous Soba look you loved and lost, unfortunately. And then there's Era. This is another beautiful shadow that can be used as a one and done. It was a daily staple for many of us. It went well with all of our other shadow combinations. The closest I can come up with is Omega. Now, I love Omega. It works so well as a one and done. It works in combination with all of my other shadows. I'll be very disappointed if Omega goes, put it that way. But yeah, so an Era replacement, Omega. Next up is Retrospeck. Now, this was a beautiful shadow, not overkill frost, but it was a champagne-y, glittery, shimmery shadow with gold tones to it. Choosing a replacement for Retrospeck, I would pick Ricepaper. Ricepaper, again, is not overly frost. I don't think it is as shimmery as Retrospeck was, but I think it can be used for the same application in our eyeshadow routine that we used Retrospeck for. So, replacement, Ricepaper. Let's jump to something that was darker, smokier, more dramatic. That would be Tempting. Great for a smoky eye. It was a dark, bronzy brown shadow that could be built upon to create, the ultimate smoky eye. If I had to pick a replacement for Tempting, and that was difficult, but I would replace it with Mulch. Now, Mulch is more of a matte shadow. It's not as bronze. It's more of a deeper brown. It doesn't have any shimmer or sparkle to it, but it can be built upon. It's very buildable. You can definitely start getting some drama going by incorporating Mulch into your smoky eye look. So, Tempting, unfortunately not there, so let's get ourselves a pan of Mulch. One of my favorites, this was Trax. Trax just worked really well for me personally. I think it makes green and hazel eyes really, really pop. It was a plum brown with a golden shimmer to it. Just a gorgeous shade. Trax is another one of those shades that I don't think I can come up with something that was quite as awesome. as that shadow. But if I could recreate it using what is actually in store at MAC now, I would go ahead and get 2 pans. I would get Sketch, and one of my new favorites is Amber Lights. I think you could use Sketch, which is a bit more brownish, but it's a very much a plummy purple with some brown. It's a dark shadow, highly pigmented. I think if you combine that with Amber Lights, you might be able to get into that realm that we once had with Trax. Or MAC, just please bring Trax back. Shale. Shale was such a beautiful shade. It combined gray, mauve, plum in such a beautiful way. You know, other shadows that remind me of Shale are Quarry and Haux. I had all 3. They're not the same. Like, I mean, I would say you need all of them. But if you had to try to find a replacement for Shale, I would choose Haux and Scene. I mean, Scene kind of has the gray. Haux has a little bit more of the plum and rosy. I think if you combine those shadows, perhaps you can get as close as possible to Shale. But I don't think there is actually a replacement for that one. Another one that is very difficult to replace is Mothbrown. This is a smoky brown plum, hard to put your finger on it shade. Again, this one is very difficult to find a replacement. I think if I were to try to do that with what actually is sold at MAC now, I would again have to choose 2 shadows. I would reach once more for my Haux, and I would combine that with Satin Taupe. I think what Haux offers and Satin Taupe offers, if you could combine them, that's about as close as I think you'll get to Mothbrown. Copperplate. This was a taupey gray shade. Again, a difficult shade to replicate. If I had to choose one, I would choose Cozy Gray. It's not the same, but if you're looking for a replacement, I think that's as close as you're going to get. Next up is a shade that came from their Starflash collection. It was called Smoke and Diamonds. It was a beautiful gray, taupe, shimmery, metallic color. It was a cult favorite for sure. If I had to choose a replacement for that, I think I would go with Satin Taupe again. I think Satin Taupe is as close as you're going to get to that in MAC's current selection. So I think the biggest lesson that we've learned here is that buy 10 backups of your favorite shadow. No, I don't think that's the solution. I think the lesson that we can learn about this video is that, you know, as traumatizing as it is when you hear those words, I'm sorry, it's discontinued, MAC does come out with a lot of new shades, a lot of new formulations to try out. And you may not find the exact replacement, but you're probably going to find something similar that maybe works with your other shadow combinations even better. But what I'm looking for from you guys is any recommendations, you know, regarding replacement shadows for ones that we've had to say goodbye to. And if I've missed out any of those shadows, please let us know in the comments below, and we can work together to make it not such a dramatic experience when our favorite shadow's gone. Until next time, I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.